Test, 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 test. What it do, chat? Good morning, Mr. Man. What's up, Tigger? What's up, Sav, Ryan, Jared? MAGA full life. Yo, what's up, y'all? Good morning, everyone. What's up, Hannah? We're on a little bit early today. We woke up at like 6 a.m., like one of those adults you always hear about. It's nice. Woke up, hit the gym, came home, did a little bit of chores, took a shower. Feeling great, feeling good. How are we doing today, MAGA? How are we doing? We still drinking that Kool-Aid? We're looking for debates. We're looking for political debates. If you're a Trump supporter and you're a conservative or you're a Republican and you want to debate and tell me why I should vote Republican, hop in the box or call the phone number on the screen. If you're friendly, tap the screen. Let's get to a couple thousand likes. We're excited to talk to you. It's better than Netflix. Hop on in the box. Dang, we got to call at 10 a.m. this morning. That's amazing. Oh, thanks. Somebody already called. You're welcome to try calling again. The phone line's open if you want to debate. We just now turned it on. What's up, Jin? What's up, Mr. Little Jeans? Good morning. I actually left Netflix for this. Yeah, I mean, this is better than Netflix, honestly. There's nothing better. It's hard to watch anything after I do this. It's hard to watch anything. It's like, dude, people are wild. We are up early. We're like normal people today. It's weird. Real weird. What does Trump's hair and thong have in common? They both barely cover an asshole. Oh, I love that. That's beautiful. Is that Shakespeare? That's wonderful. Good morning, Silver Gaze. Good morning, everybody. Hemingway. Yeah. Yeah. Guys, also, if you're friendly, hop out of the box. We're doing debates only right now. The last ship on Netflix was great. I'll have to check it out. I'll have to check it out. Good morning, Lori. Good morning, everybody. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
Yeah,
Nice. Are you over 18?
yeah.
All right. What do you like about Trump?
Um, I like how Trump is like how he implied like the stronger ICE force, like ICE.
You like the police state kind of stuff?
What?
You like kind of like a police state, kind of like an authoritarian police state kind of thing?
No, I like how Trump's like handling the illegal immigration.
I don't know. What specifically do you like? You just it feels like you guys are just happy with a strong man being very cruel to people.
No, so like Obama deported more people than Trump, but Obama didn't really care. He deported illegal people because they were just illegal. He didn't care. He deported like 12 million people. So Trump only deported
12.
1 point something million. Yeah, or maybe it was Bill Clinton. Obama deported like 5 million to people, and his nickname was actually Deporter of Chief.
Deporter and chief.
Democratic,
So
yeah, Deporter and Chief.
why don't you just
So
vote for Democrats? I think that kind of seals my point, right? If you guys like
no, because
deportations,
listen,
you would
listen,
just vote
listen.
for
No. You
Democrats.
didn't let me finish. You didn't let me
You
finish.
didn't let me
So
finish.
Obama, when he was deporting people, he was deporting 5 million people. Yeah, those
It
5
was not
million,
5
they weren't
million.
targeted. Some of them were bad. Yes, it was. Go Google it right now.
I know the numbers. I'm about to school you on it, but go
Hold on,
ahead.
hold on.
Are you finished?
How many people did Obama deport? All right. Okay, so I was wrong. It was like 3.1 million, rounded up. My bad.
Yeah.
It was like
Okay,
4
now
million
Google
actually,
how many of
rounded
those
up.
people had a criminal background. It's 60%. And the amount of people that Trump's deporting with no criminal
All right, wait,
background
hold
is
on. How many
70%.
people?
Dude, don't interrupt
How
me.
many people?
You can't.
Wait, wait. So
Can
how
I
many
talk while
people?
you think? Can that work
Wait,
out?
I just wanted to. I'm just kind of hear what you said. You just said Trump, out of the people Trump deported, it was 70%.
70% are not criminals. 73 actually. 73 of the people Trump has in detention have no criminal prosecution or record.
It doesn't matter. They're illegally in our
Listen,
country.
Bub, this is the difference. This is why we don't like what Trump is doing. Trump is going around with ICE invading cities. We're living in a police state right now. These ICE is going around killing people because they're so untrained.
Okay, okay. How many people? How many U.S. civilians have lost their life because of ICE? Name me the numbers.
7.
Okay, 7. Tell me every single one of their names right now.
Why? Why does that matter?
Because they matter, right? If there's 7 people, tell me the names.
Alex
I know of
Preddy,
3. Okay.
dude,
Renee Good.
Renee Good. Yeah, first of all, this
Yep.
isn't a quiz. This isn't like
2.
a game show. Okay, the amount
No,
of
it's
people
not. It's
that,
not. But I just want. Okay, so Alex Purdy, right? He
dude,
went to a
you
peaceful
need to,
protest with a loaded gun with 2 extra magazines. Cops saw a gun
and
and
that's
shot
totally
him.
legal,
He had a
right?
loaded gun.
Totally legal,
What?
right? Totally legal.
No, yeah, not to a peaceful protest where he was
Yes, you
where
can.
he was aggravating police officers and federal agents.
You absolutely can. That's still legal.
No, it's not. When you pick a police car, they have video evidence of Alex Purdy kicking a police car. Do you want me to
That
send
was
you
on a
video?
different date. Do you get to go
It
kill
doesn't
people
matter.
that
They
kick?
had him doing it, and he was aggravating the ICE
Hey,
officers, and
hey,
he had a gun.
we're gonna take
When
turns
they when you
talking.
see
We're gonna
a
take
gun
turns
at a
talking.
peaceful
Can you show?
protest,
We're gonna take turns talking. Can you show me the law where
it's
you
not
can
even a
kill?
Republican
Can
thing
you?
like that.
Bro needs to chill, dude. There's no law that says that you can just kill people that kick your police car 2 days later or a week later. It's very legal to carry a gun around, right? Second Amendment cucks, right? That is a literal child. Chat, if you're a Trump supporter and you want to debate, hop in the box or call the phone number. Yeah, and it's not a death sentence either way. Bro wants to live in a country where carrying a gun to a protest gets you just executed. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
Yep.
All right, what do you like about Trump?
A couple of different things, and I think it's fair to say, we're not always going to like everything about every candidate or any candidate, but I like his immigration reform. I like his social opinions about like some of the LGBT stuff.
Thank you for
We
calling.
can start there.
You need to take that?
Yeah.
Let me know when I got time.
I'm listening to you. Go ahead.
All right, so I don't think it should be up to the president to legislate social norms. I think that we can see this across many countries in like Europe, that authoritarians are taking control by demonizing and fetishizing the LGBTQ community. You can't name one politician on the left that's mentioned any of this besides giving them just protections. I think that basically people are just homophobic in nature if you're right leaning, because you're 80% likely to be religious, and I think it's something that you can be swayed on. I think that this is something that is just what's called a social wedge issue. So I think that you guys are out here carrying water for Christian nationalism and creating a stigma towards things that
Let
people
me just
can't
say
stop.
one thing in there real quick. I just want to make sure you frame it the right way. I'm not a Christian, and I'm not framing anything from a religious standpoint.
You're carrying water for Christian nationalists.
No, I have my own separate opinions on that. I try to think for myself. My opinion has nothing to do with religion. It's more so the idea of transhood. I do believe someone can suffer with an affliction. Back in the day, when people who were considered trans were like so serious about it that they were gonna go and actually chop off body parts and get rearranged. And I'm like, all right, that's got to be real. No one who doesn't believe that really is going
Can
to
you
do it.
name
So
me
I'm
a
not.
politician that's going around saying anything in this regards
Well, I
on
don't
our
have
side?
to. I don't have to. So that's not really what I'm agreeing to. What I'm agreeing is that we're not acknowledging the actual fact of the situation, which is these are men or women claiming to be something else when they're trying to live in accordance with that opposite sex, but they're trying to conflate that gender and sex are not real, and that's some sort of oppressive idea that we have
It's
when
not
it's really
true.
just common sense.
That's not how that goes. So
That's not how that goes.
gender is a social construct. So it is just as real as money, which is like a social construct, right?
Uh
It's
huh.
it's very real, but it's malleable, and it's not exactly the same as sex. Gender can be associated with sex, but there are infinite amounts of genders across the world, depending on where you are, depending on when you
Okay.
existed, and for you to come out and be like, "This is exactly what this should be," I think it's silly. I think it's you guys are being kind of yanked by your chains. And you absolutely are like carrying water for Christian nationalists if you come out here, and especially if I can just kind of tell you've got this much of an understanding of kind of what's going on there. I think you're just coming out and
Uh-huh.
belligerently against trans people when none of us are like out here trying to teach y'all, tell y'all, especially politics or law, how to refer to people.
Well, that's not the case, but would like to respond to what you were saying about gender and stuff. So, if you describe anything, if you give something a definition, you're simply trying to communicate the objective reality of what you're experiencing. So, if you say, okay, this is a human being, there's a list of criteria that a human being would have to meet. And if there's something that maybe goes outside that criteria, we call that an exception or a defect, then we can speak to that. But it doesn't disprove the rule, it proves the rule. So what we're trying to say is that sex and gender are different, but
Mm-hmm.
you can't really describe gender without using things that are associated with sex. And you're going to
Sure.
eventually have to point to sex. And
Not
so if you
really.
can't, well, how can you describe gender without pointing towards sex?
You can say things are typically related to a certain sex, but like you
Mhm.
said, there are exceptions, right? So when we talk about
Those
one
exceptions don't
percent,
disprove the rule.
1% of well, they do actually. So like if I told you to tell me, uh, we'll take like a jar of M&Ms, and I'll say there's a bunch of M&Ms that are green, there's a bunch of M&Ms that are red, and then there's one blue M&Ms. How many colors of M&Ms are there?
Well, let me tell you why that's categorically different. So we're talking about how a biological process concludes essentially. So essentially, what we're talking about with the M&Ms is something that's manufactured by man. We can actually make them any color we
And
want.
so is gender, right? Gender's
No,
completely made up.
no, that's what I'm speaking against right now. So what I'm saying is that when you're talking about males and females, right, and you're saying that the exceptions disprove the rule is that in general, in a general sense, people have two arms, two legs. But to say people have two arms, two legs isn't false, right? It's just that sometimes there are defects, there are problems that maybe stop you from developing those arms and legs. That doesn't necessarily mean that what I said before, people have two legs and two arms,
That's just
is
a
false.
this is a long way of saying there are typical characteristics of certain things.
The
I
the
agree.
typicalities are the
Yeah.
rules, right?
No. So again, what you're trying to do is you're trying to live in a very simple world, and what I'm trying to tell you is the world is bigger, it's vast. So in Judaism, for instance, in the Talmud, there are 8 genders. Do you think that we should be able to go to tell people who are Jewish with a law that there's only 2?
Yeah, I don't regard religion as true. It's all poppycock.
Right, but these are all made up, right? So like before we came here and we invaded and we killed all of the indigenous people, there were more than 2 genders, right? You understand? You see how this is malleable? This is just something completely made up. If
No, I
we
don't think
burned
it is.
if we burned
I don't
all
think
of
it is
this down,
malleable.
if we burned all of this down, and it all restarted tomorrow, in 1,000 years or in a few hundred years, we would have all of the textbooks of like science written this same exact way all over again, but things that are social like gender and money and the names of colors,
So,
that would be different.
so what makes someone a woman? What is a woman?
Things that are typically associated with the female sex, like an adult female. So
Well,
like
why does it?
if you came up to me and I have my buzz cut and I have tattoos and I'm muscular, you're gonna be, oh, that's a man. But if you came up to
You could be a
behind somebody,
lesbian.
sure. But if you
Yeah.
came behind somebody in Walmart who had long hair, long luscious hair, and a fat butt and it's tiny waist, and you looked at him from behind, and I asked you what that is, what would you say?
I would say Orlando Bloom
Really?
as Legolas from Lord of the
All right.
Rings. Yeah,
All right. I would guess it was a woman. I would guess that it was a woman, and
but
then
it could be. So there
sure.
are things specifically that make you a woman.
Sure.
So why
Do you
why
think
can't
that we go
women
around checking those things?
But
Your
that's
requirements?
irrelevant. That's
It
irrelevant.
is. It is very relevant because this is the way we socially use the word. Like I can't tell you. There are people that are so androgynous I wouldn't know unless they told me.
Yeah, like I said, that is irrelevant. So why can't something stand independently as its own definition? So if you're saying it points towards female typicalities, then obviously we're talking about some females here. Now, if I say what is a human, I don't need to like associate it with something else necessarily. There's other groups that humans fit into quite neatly, like hominids, right? Those things are like an umbrella group of other things. But if I say a human is a specific hominid, mostly hairless, is bipedal, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. Those things are exclusive from the description of a chimp. A chimp isn't necessarily fully bipedal. It is not mostly hairless. And also, if I say a monkey versus an ape, one has a tail and one
We
doesn't,
have
so on
we,
and so
we identify
forth.
species with a lot more than that, but we usually use genetics, right? So we use genetics, we use bone structure, etc. We can't do any of that walking out and
Well,
about in real life.
my point is that when we see things that are different, we give them different definitions because they have different descriptions. They're fundamentally different.
And definitions are descriptive, not prescriptive, right? So we can go around and the words, the meaning of words change over time. So like if I told you to chill, you would know what I meant. You would know that I didn't mean for you to lower your
But
body temperature,
the question is, what are we
right?
describing? But the question is, what are we describing? We have to be accurate in our description. So if we're not accurate in our description, we're not talking about anything. We can't do anything. We can't communicate.
Yes,
Humans'
we
most
can.
fundamental tool is language.
We absolutely can. So if I told you to chill, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. And if I told you that is a
There's a
woman,
difference
you know what
between
exactly what I'm
informal
talking
creative
about.
language.
You would know exactly what I'm saying, right? You can't act like, oh, this is just so crazy, I can't understand it. Meanwhile, we have people on the Republican side, they think that the earth is flat. They think that the earth is 6,000 years old. They think that magic
But
happens. This is more problematic than those things.
I'm saying, well, they're all equally problematic because they all equally point to the same thing, acknowledging something that's not true as true. So that's essentially a lie. So when you're
No,
saying the earth is flat,
for
that's
you
just
to
as untrue
dictate
as
what a
saying a
social norm
man.
is,
Well,
for you
it's
to
not
dictate what a social norm
necessarily
is,
me.
George Orwell wrote a great book
It's not
about
me though.
this. It is
No, I
you and
know I
your
read
party.
1984 and Animal Farm and all that. I got you.
Yeah,
Yeah. I like George Orwell, but he was actually probably a person who would disagree with your points. If
absolutely not.
I looked into the history of George Orwell and the types of things that he was kind of disagreeing with, communism and socialism and stuff like that, they would sort of go towards your points, the communists and
No one
socialists.
in our party is communist or socialist.
That's a lie. I scroll through
Yeah?
TikTok,
Who's
talk to
a
people all the time.
socialist?
There's lots of people on TikTok that are socialists. There are
In our
even
political
people.
party, like
So,
in
so
appointed
political party
positions
is
or in voted
diverse
positions.
nowadays. A lot of people are roped in the umbrella of leftists, which is not a political party, but it's a political mindset. Like Mamdani as a
Yeah,
democratic
he's a
socialist,
democratic socialist, but he's not a
right? But
socialist,
he's a
right?
leftist as well.
He's not a socialist, right?
Yeah, same thing. What's the difference?
The difference is that democratic socialists operate within the confines of capitalism.
But they also believe in wealth distribution. They believe in
And so do you.
dismantling. I don't. What are you
Yeah, you
talking
do. Do you
about?
believe in Social Security?
Yeah, but that's your money that you're putting in there.
Mm,
Don't you pay
not
into the system?
necessarily. Not necessarily. So, do you think that somebody what they pay in is one to one what gets paid out? It actually relies on the masses that are paying in at that moment, and the very few to be receiving that. That is wealth distribution.
My bad, I kept tapping my camera button. But essentially, what I'm saying is you're still paying into the system. What a
Everybody
socialist
in
might
both
advocate for.
That's the same thing in both scenarios, right?
But wait a minute, wait a minute. A socialist might advocate for just having money redistributed from wealthy people, even if you don't pay into a system.
Not true. I think that's just how they demonized it for you. Socialist, by the way, that almost has nothing to do with it. Like you can talk about social programs, like Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid.
No,
All of those
no, no.
work that way.
Wait, let's find the common ground. We understand about social programs, and we understand to some degree what that is, right? It seems like we're on the same page with that. However, socialists do largely believe in giving people money that they didn't pay into.
That's not
So
true. That's not
that
even
is
true.
the case.
No, it's not.
Well,
First of all,
if you read Marx, he definitely describes that. It's like a utopian communal society where people don't.
I'm talking about socialist in the way we talk about it typically, and the way we talk about socialism is where workers own the means of production. So, in a socialist society, Walmart would be ran by the thousands of people that work for it, not by the Walton family or whatever. There would be a lot of people would have that wealth instead of just like the C-suite. That's it.
I think that we're conflating two things that don't necessarily belong together. So I like to steer it back towards the issue of transgender ideology. Again, when we're talking about something that is descriptive, right? The definition, we have to understand what the function is. The function is to accurately communicate so we understand what we're talking about, right?
Again, I feel like this isn't the problem you're trying to make it seem to be, right? If I refer to somebody as a woman and you look at them, you're like, well, that's not my definition of a woman. I think we're going to live. I think you'll be just fine. Just like I say, oh, that's good food, and you say, no, that's not good food. If you just disagree with my definition, we can get past that. We can live amongst each other, just like I can live with somebody who thinks that they can do telepathy with a magic being in the sky. I can live amongst those people somehow.
Sure, we can coexist, but we can still point out what's real and what's not. So if you say something's good, that's your opinion. If we actually look at the definition of good, most people use the word good incorrectly anyway. People say you do good when they really mean you did well. And so the definition of good.
But you know what
really
they meant, right?
Just because I know what they mean doesn't mean they're being correct, right?
Yeah,
They're
I know,
still
but you
wrong.
understand what they're saying. We could still
But are they
effectively
wrong?
communicate.
But are they wrong?
They are grammatically incorrect, but they are
Right, and so that's what I'm saying with
they're
the
conveying their
definitions.
idea.
You're
Like I'm not so stupid where I'm just like,
incorrect.
oh no, I don't know what he's saying at all. Like I'm so lost.
So what I'm saying with the trans thing is you're definitionally incorrect.
Again, no, I'm not, because definitions
You
are
are.
descriptive. And if I went overseas right now
no,
to
we
a
were saying the
country
same thing,
where there
though.
are more than two genders, you would be wrong. For you
What
to say that
country
this
has
is
the same
objective.
construct of genders as the West?
What
outside
country
of the West.
doesn't?
No, outside of the West.
There are 72 different genders across the world, and that just tells me that there are infinite, right? Like I could go start my own island, and I can make my own genders up, and I can make the confines for those genders whatever the fuck I want, because that's how gender is. Gender is a social construct.
So here's the thing. Here's how we think about stuff. We often try to frame things in the light of us and how we are, like saying, oh, the Neanderthals are just like us. So let's think about this. Okay, so we're talking about gender, right? You go to another subject within this sort of diaspora, like homosexuality, and we go, animals are homosexual, but not in the same way that people are homosexual.
How are animals not the same type of homosexual that people are?
Yeah, okay. And I was going to explain, but I wanted to give you, I want to take a breath and give you a chance to say something. But anyways, so yeah, there's a lot of things socially that go along with homosexuality. There are a lot of mindsets and behaviors and stereotypes that go along with it. Animals do not exhibit that. There's also this conversation about love is love.
I don't think you said anything. What do you mean? Like you're just saying there are different things. What are those things?
Hold on. We have this conversation about love is love. Largely when you see, let's say like giraffes, right? When they engage in homosexual acts, it's not really a thing of love. It's actually an act of domination. It's actually grape. And so a lot of times what they're doing is engaging in homosexual acts, yes, but to assert dominance.
So you just
There are
like
other-
you're a secular person that just hates gay people?
No, I don't hate gay people. I just said that they're not gay like we're gay. Like humans are
Yeah,
gay, and
we
they
are
say, "Oh, we
far
love
more
one another."
social. We are far more social than other animals because we
Okay,
have bigger brains.
but listen to what I'm saying. Bigger brains does not make a smart animal. But what I'm
Yes, it
saying
does.
is, no, it doesn't. There are
Yes, it
animals with
does.
small brains that are smart, like crows are smarter than some
Okay,
larger
but
brain animals.
the endings in our brains, the neural pathways in our brains, like
It's about
dogs
the
and
wrinkles in your
cows have
brains.
not exactly. Dogs and cows have like
Yeah,
250 million neural pathways. Cats have
right.
like 75 million. And it does not have it exactly to do with the size, but it
Well,
definitely has to
let's
do with neural pathways.
we can touch back on that in a second because I don't want to sidestep the conversation. What I'm
We
saying
have
is we
billions.
hold on, we bring up the whole animals are gay too argument to prove that is something that's found in nature. While I won't disagree that some people might be born gay, that's not a good way to prove that. We can probably prove it more accurately because animals are not gay in the same way that we think. It's not out
Yes,
of
they are.
love.
There are plenty
It's
of
not.
them that have
It's not
like
out of love or
literal.
pleasure per
They
se.
have monogamous homosexual relationships. Penguins do.
No, they don't actually. I actually
Yes,
looked
they
into
do.
this recently. No, I looked into this recently. Actually, I'm actually really into animals, and so I actually wanted to know the same thing that you're knowing. So I look at penguins, I look at animals like giraffes and tigers and lions and stuff, and it typically is never the type of homosexuality that we have. It's not really about love. It's not
You're
really
not
about
saying
raising children.
anything. I didn't say that. I said monogamous, and you said no, they don't. And here we go with my fact check.
Yeah, no. So here's the thing: you can look at the AI overview, but that never gives you the best information. Honestly, as someone who's been around animals for a long time, I can tell you this. But if you don't want to take my word for it,
No,
you would
I'm not
have to
going to take
kind
your word
of
for it. You have to give
yeah,
me a
yeah.
source.
You should go to Google Scholar and type in homosexuality in animals, and then you
Why
can
don't you
probably
just tell
find
me the distinct differences? You're not saying anything. You're just like they don't do this. It's not the same. You're not telling me how.
what do you mean how?
How are they different? How is it different?
Well,
And what does this matter?
well,
Like
so if
we
you
are
if
gay
you
as
were
humans. We are
wait,
we
let's
hold
not
on.
answer the
We have
question of
much
why
more
it matters yet.
sophisticated brains as animals. I agree to that, but that doesn't
Okay.
make it any less valid.
So what I'm saying is the point of me bringing that up is saying that animals are gay is not really a complete story, and it's not a good way to prove that homosexuals are natural. I'm not disagreeing with the claim that homosexuality can happen in nature. I'm saying that is not proof. That is something that people misconstrue. So what I'm saying is, in that same way, people like to say, okay, another culture might have more genders, but no, not really. Not in the same way that we're thinking about. They do
Yes, they
understand
do.
male and female. They even have gender roles.
Yeah,
So do
they
Jews
have
have
gender
gender
roles, but
roles?
there are many. I just looked this up. So over 15 countries legally recognize a third gender. We got Canada, Denmark, Germany, India, Nepal, New Zealand, and we have Argentina, Austria, Chile, Colombia, Costa
That
Rica,
doesn't mean
Malta, the
anything. That's an
Netherlands, and
appeal to
Pakistan.
legality. That's an
Yes,
appeal
it
to
does.
legality.
No, it's not. I'm just saying it's
It is.
so recognized socially that it's in their legal framework.
That's fine. And so in our social diaspora, without even talking about legality, it's still recognized socially. But what I'm saying is that doesn't make it correct. There are lots of things that were socially acceptable
I don't
but were
care.
not
I don't think that
correct.
you get to go around dictating what is
It's
correct when it's something that is creative
well, it's
and
not.
and
It's
it's
not
something
me.
that's malleable.
No, no. It's basic logic. It's not that malleable. It's basic logic and definitions in science. So if you think about okay, name a culture that has more than one gender or more than two genders.
A culture. I just okay. I can just name India, or we can just talk to the Talmud. We can talk about Jewish people, Orthodox Jews.
Okay. So Jewish people would say that God is 100% true. It's a fact, no dispute. Do you agree?
No, I don't. But I don't go around
Okay.
trying to write
So do
laws
you
saying that
wait,
there's
wait,
no
wait.
God.
I'm just asking a follow-up question. Do you think that appealing to a religious institution is the best way to prove something scientifically accurate or true?
No, I'm not. I'm not saying anything is
Okay.
scientific. I'm saying it's social. Someone paid to
Uh,
kick you. All right, you can come back some other time.
all right.
W Sarah in the chat. Dude learned diaspora at least yesterday for sure. Dude yaps and literally says nothing at the same time. I agree. I agree. For you to go around like it's like me going around holding a dollar bill and going, this is the only type of money. This is the only type of money. And I know other countries recognize their type of money. This is the only type of money, though. It's stupid. It's stupid. It's scientifically true. It's not even coherent thought. That's very stupid. And yeah, I'd love to know how like the delineations in animals and species and what makes their type of gay so different from ours. Like, there's not love. Do they not produce oxytocin? Because to me, love is just a chemical reaction. The phone line is on. W Sarah's again in the chat, guys. That was our first kick of the day, guys. If it's $40 to kick somebody, and the reason it's so high is I just don't want people to get kicked like every 5 minutes. All right. Hello, is this a Trump support? Is this a Trump supporter? Oh, disconnected. Also, guys, help me get to 25K. We did just start our stream. We're 30 minutes in. Welcome, y'all. This is kind of an earlier stream than I'm used to doing. It's 11:20 a.m. Woohoo! Why am I on so early? I woke up fucking super early. I don't know why. I woke up super early. I felt refreshed. I felt fucking so good. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
Yes.
Fetus thy fetus. Get out of here. You're at main for follows. Yes, I should do that. We're gonna bring up my main account too. Boop. There we go, guys. This is my main account. If you haven't followed my main account yet, you should. I also have some clips on there, and we're kind of new with clips. If you guys want to go and interact with my most recent clips, I would love you forever. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
Hey, baby, I miss you. My fingers still stink from last night, by the way.
Where did you put your fingers?
In your ass.
Hello, is this a Trump supporter? Guys, imagine being a Republican and thinking that being gay is still funny. It's so funny to think about gay people because it's different, right? It's so weird. Thank you, Georgia, for the rainbows. Guys, let's hit this rainbow gift. 7 out of 15. Show these homophobics how awesome the rainbow is. Frisco, Texas. Jay Patel, aren't you Indian yourself? Don't they want to kick you out too? They point at you when they say that. What? Yo, Matt, thank you, dude. The ones in Frisco came illegally. No, they didn't. What? Says who, dude? I used to live in Frisco. By the way, y'all, you can be, dude, it blows my mind. You can be like against your own people. It's so wild, just like that guy. I've talked to Patel yesterday. What the fuck? I didn't live in San Francisco. It's actually it's a place called Frisco, and it's next to McKinney. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
Yes, I am.
All right, what do you like about Trump?
Well, I can get to that in a second, but I wanted to say, I came across your channel. I think it's awesome that you're having debate and letting people get their, thoughts and opinions out, whether, we agree or not. I just think it's really important, as a country, as a society, that we share our views and that we can have. I don't know when we got away from doing that and people not being friends and being able to have a civil conversation. So I wanted to thank you for having a platform to do that.
Thanks, man. All right, what do you like about Trump?
I mean, I say I'm a Trump supporter. I'm definitely Republican. I don't like everything he does. I think where we get in trouble on both sides, if you want to say it that way, is when you live in extremes one way or the other. I think that's a problem. And I think kind of he has shifted to that. And I think that's a big mistake, that he's made. I mean, I don't like everything he does. I definitely don't like everything he says. But I would say I kind of think I'm more moderate. But I think, based on what I was presented in the last election, that's where I went. But again, I think you just need to live kind of more in the middle. And I think everybody would be in a lot better spot.
Here's what I would say. I would contend that the liberals in America are in the middle. In fact, we're to the right of the middle. If you look at the Overton window throughout the world, especially the more developed world like the G9, we are absolutely like a nudge to the right. We're almost conservative. If you were to plop us into any other country, I would argue that I myself am very moderate, very, very moderate. And I don't think that you can name any policies on the left that are actually being pushed by politicians to be in any way extreme. I think the most extreme thing you can point to would be like Bernie saying Medicare for all. That's about it. And that would just be us catching up to the rest of the developed world.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. Like, so when do you, if I could ask a question, when do you think it changed on the right side where, and I know you can go right to MAGA, right? But it probably may have been before that it changed so far right? And I think we have gone very, very far right. I would agree with that if that's your opinion. But when do you think can you narrow down like exactly when you think it changed that we went to that part?
I think that what we really have is kind of like a weight, like a ball and chains, if you will, that have stopped us from going to the left and progressing as much as we should. And that would just be the like electoral college and gerrymandering. So I
Right.
think that without those two things, our country would have progressed at the same rate as other countries. But we have them like playing the system, rigging the system kind of in their favor to where the minority gets, like I call it DEI for rednecks. Their votes like count more than somebody like in an inner city. In my belief, I don't care where your feet are; it's irrelevant. Like one vote should count as one vote, and
Right.
especially when we can point to the cities and say, well, these are the major outputs like of GDP for this country, so maybe we should have a larger say. We should have an equal say, equal to the GDP, the output.
Yeah, I think that's a more than fair statement. So what candidate-wise are you looking to support, or do you have any thoughts on, I know we got a little bit of time, but we're getting to that point. Do you have any candidates on the Democratic side that you really like that you'd get behind?
Yeah, I really like Pete Buttigieg. I really like James Tallarico, Andy Bashir. I think all these people are like very reasonable people. Um, I think anybody that leans to the right, even just a tiny bit, is just simply and clear cut just bad for the economy. If you thumb through the data, there's not a single inkling of data that shows that Republicans are good for the economy or crime rates or social cohesion. In fact, the most Republican areas in this country are the capital of teen pregnancy, of divorce rates, of high school dropouts, of low life expectancy, all of those things, high crime, poverty. I think they're really bad at things, and they just have very like egregious talking points. They have think tanks that instead of like trying to figure out how to make the country run better, they have think tanks on how to better run on the same shit that they've been running on for the last
The
200
same
years.
stuff. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fair. Well, awesome. I appreciate you giving me some time to talk. I'll hop off and let someone else get a chance. I appreciate what you're doing.
Yeah, thank you, dude.
Yeah, take care.
You too. Yeah, nobody that takes APEC money. I agree with that, dude. I love Bashir as my governor. McConnell is the litmus. Yeah. How if the blue states have high homeless? It's just because they have high populations. And like high populations make the housing markets have a bigger divide. Like there's a big gap, right? So the more popular you are, the more housing goes up, the more likely you can fall into homeless status. But if your state just doesn't perform at all, and you have no people living there, you can get a house for $300 a month or something. Or there's just simply no one there that wants to live there, and therefore there's no homeless people. There's nothing there's nothing Republicans do or even say or propose that stops homelessness. I will ask the next person that comes up. They won't know. They won't have a fucking single clue on how to combat homelessness. And sure, yes, you can also say it's a mental health issue. What up, Hanson? Who is your better candidate? Dude, I love Pete Buttigieg. I want to see Pete Buttigieg. I want to see him debate every single Republican that exists. He will just stomp their dicks into the ground. Their dicks. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
Brother, me dance helicopter.
John Ossoff's great too. Pickles was hiding under the covers. She's still hiding under the covers. I'll give you guys a peek, but she's still hiding under the covers. Where is she? I think that little bump right there is her. Yeah, that's her. You can see her little hair. Brandon Gill's a piece of shit, dude. There she is. Chat, I do have a Cash App, Venmo, PayPal in the bio. If you guys are trying to support me, this is a crowd-funded stream. This is my main source of income. And it's where Pickles gets her treats too. And also, big shout out to Jin, who sent me some stuff from my Amazon wish list. Jin, I want to show you guys. She sent Pickles like 2 weeks of food and more treats. And I'm going to even say the next person who sends a galaxy, I will give Pickles a delicious treat. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
Yo,
Yeah, are you a Trump
I'm
supporter?
just gonna say I think Trump's a great guy.
How does that work?
Like he has small hands, and like it kind of just boosts my self-esteem.
Do you think if he held it, it would make it look big?
Yeah, man. Like it just like, dude, it doesn't look that girthy, but his small hands just add to it.
You like kind of just like do this like a baseball, like a baseball.
Yeah. Or like a softball, you know.
Yeah.
But shout out Trump, the first gay president.
W. Woo! Beth is killing it. Beth, thank you so much for all the rainbow slides. You guys want to watch Pickles eat her treat? She is chewing. These are buffalo lungs. I'm sorry, bison lungs. Big shout out to Jen. Pickles loves these. How much does the Taliban pay Pickles? Not enough. Not enough. How much does the Al Qaeda pay you? Hello, is this a Trump supporter? Oops. As much as I love your cat, we really need to be including women. Well, Pickles is, according to MAGA, if sex and gender are the same, she is a woman dog. And we include her in my stream. So hello, is this a Trump supporter?
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hey. Who just calls a phone number just doesn't know what's going on? What up, Oslo? God damn it. Guys, I'm sorry. We have nobody calling, dude. We have nobody.
Pickles, what's up, bro? How you doing?
Splinter, I challenge you to debate only today. Just debate. Don't sit here and harp on me for coming up here and picking on the strongest man in the world, the most powerful man in the world. We can actually debate. How does that sound?
I don't ever pick on you, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you do. You try to shame me for my
I'm just like your
financial
older
situation.
brother.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am, dude. I'm your older brother trying to, tell you to get your fucking life together and stop living in a basement. But yeah, we can debate. Well, here's the thing, Pickles. Let's go back to the beginning. Do you want to do that? How far back do you want to go? You get your fucking life together.
Hello, is this a Trump supporter? Ha ha ha! To Genesis, yeah. We're gonna wait for this person to connect. Oh my god! Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
Fuck you.
We're gonna wait for this person to connect.
Hello, is this a Trump supporter? Hello.
Oh,
Oh,
Are you a Trump supporter?
I don't know.
Yo, why'd you kick me, bro?
Because I thought I had a real debate, dude.
No, first of all, take your phone number off here, you dingaling. You're just gonna have little kids calling you, fucking around, prank calling you, dude.
No, I mean, there's really no difference maturity-wise, but go ahead.
And it's
Why do you...
echoing, Pickles. When you get the person on the phone, dude, it echoes. So here's the deal. We've already established, Pickles, that you don't pay federal income taxes, dude. You don't make enough money.
Why are
okay?
you doing this? Why is this about me?
Let me land the plane, bro. Because back in 2000, dude, did Donald Trump?
W to moon for the kick. W Moon's in the chat. Oh, www.getkicked.com.
Hello.
All right, Jay. Why are you racist against Indian people in Frisco? What makes you think that
Okay.
they are here undocumented?
Look, there's lots of Indian immigrants who come here who have master's degrees or doctors and stuff, right? The people who have come recently under Biden, they used to basically get a visa to Mexico, then pay a coyote to get them across the border, and they all flooded into Frisco. That's why you have these guys working in restaurants and all these other places, right? They're
There
not
are not that
migrants because
many
they're
restaurants, dude. There are
they're
not that many Indian
they're
restaurants.
Frisco is filled with Indian restaurants. I mean, have you
No,
been to
there's
like
like 3. I used
Dallas?
to. My parents live there.
Dude, come
Yes.
on, man. I live in Austin. I go there all the time. Okay,
Yeah, I know.
relax.
I live here right now. There's like 4 Indian restaurants in my 20-mile
God, there's
radius.
like 25.
No, there's not enough to have any sort of meaningful impact. They can't all be here undocumented. They can't all be. Even if they were,
Okay,
it
there's
would be
maybe
like nothing.
100,000. There's
We'd be
maybe 100,000.
No, we'd be talking about like a few dozen.
Okay, so let me explain to you what was happening, right? This guy who was running a motel here was employing, to maximize his profit, he was employing migrants as well as Indian students and paying them under the table. So I had to bust him. I called up DHS and said he's not paying, because I'm paying Americans payroll taxes because I work a tech job and I have 3 motels. And I have to manage the motels and work my tech job. So, and I'm paying Americans above the ground, paying Social Security, Medicare taxes on my paychecks, and this guy was paying them under the table cash and not reporting any fucking so I had to call him, and then I'd call DHS, and I had to call IRS and stuff, and finally he fucking he's being charged.
You're literally that meme of that guy holding his hand on his hip with the phone, dude. You're literally that.
Okay, fine. If you want to call it that, fine.
So dumb.
It's okay. I'm okay with that.
How does that help
I
you?
can take it. Because now he'd be forced to pay the same amount as to an American worker will get a job,
That helps
and
you're
they'll
resentful.
be paying taxes to the treasury, and I think they even had a couple of migrants working there.
Jay Patel, you have your own hotel, right? You own a
my
hotel?
dad. I think we bought 3
Okay,
or
your
4
dad
properties.
does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but he obviously I own them. It's all in a trust.
They're on your trust, so you're gonna inherit them.
I already run them. I operate them through the trust.
Okay. Do you deal with the accountants?
Yes.
Okay. What does an accountant tell you when you withdraw cash?
I don't pay for an accountant. I use TurboTax Intuit software for accounting.
Okay. What does Intuit tell you when you take a cash withdrawal? What do you have to file it as?
Well, you gotta file it based on the category. Like I mean, when you say cash withdrawal, like you're saying somebody pays me in cash. Is that what you're saying?
No, you go to the ATM and withdraw cash as if you're going to pay someone under the table. What does it get filed as?
Okay, so exactly. So how these guys do it is they get cash from the customer, they put it in the register, and they don't account for that in their actual. So what they'll do is they'll get the cash, and they will pay the employees with that cash, right?
I
And
don't think
take it
that
off their
anybody,
books.
like literally nobody carries cash anymore. I don't believe you.
I know, but some of the motels in downtown like Dallas and stuff are pretty seedy. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like the
No.
shady motels. So anyway,
No,
listen,
who carries
this
cash?
guy
Like
probably took
again,
cash.
this is like an ever shrinking pocket of people who are able to use petty cash. We're talking about so little cash that it's still in their register.
Okay, so he can withdraw cash, right? He can withdraw cash from his business, and he can say he's trying to buy miscellaneous items for his fucking, I don't know, like bathroom cleaner or something, supplies, right? You have a category.
Oh no.
That's you can do that.
Oh no. Okay.
It's not that hard.
Yeah, I know. So they're committing tax fraud. And by the way, when they pull money out of like if by the way, if you, I don't see there being enough people paying with straight cash for him to float an entire payroll.
Okay,
much less.
Pickles,
Hold on.
let's not get
Let me
into
finish,
details.
Patel. Mr. Patel.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'm about to catch you. You know you're about to get fucked.
You
There's
want me
no
to
way.
share the case number?
No.
No,
I'm just saying that this is such a non-issue that you cry and you're a tattletale for no reason. Because I used to own businesses. I still own a business technically doing this. If I were to withdraw money from my business account in cash, that is what's called an owner, not contribution, but it's basically like a salary. It's basically I'm paying myself.
No, that's not true.
Yes.
You can you can file for supplies. Say you want to, government doesn't stop you from going and buying supplies with cash. You can go to fucking whatever, like you can go and buy supplies on Facebook Marketplace, right? With a transaction using cash.
You would have to,
so many ways
you would have to have some
there
proof.
are thresholds.
You have to have
Unless
some
you
proof.
go above the threshold, they don't audit you.
It has to be
dude.
the
They don't
$600 is
audit
the
you.
threshold, right? $600 is the
No, it's
threshold.
way more than that. It's way more than that.
$600. Well, it's 10,000 if you
That
withdraw.
might be the threshold for you as an individual taxpayer when you're filing for a business, like a C Corp or S Corp. There are different thresholds for that, and you can always
Here's why the threshold makes it even better for me. When you hit a certain threshold, especially if you get to 10,000, that's when the bank goes, "Hey, you withdrew $10,000. This has to be reported to the IRS." Okay,
Right.
sure. So $9,000, woohoo! Somebody $9,000 tax free. That is not something that you like can continue running your business doing. That is not something you can do for the foreseeable future. That is not like a business model that you can continue for years and years and years. So, by the way, what I'm saying is, when you withdraw this $9,000 and $999.99, all of that is a cash withdrawal, and you are taxed the full 30 to 35% on that, and you pay taxes out the fucking ass. Yes, it is.
Okay. So Pickles, according to your logic, let's say I go and I have $9,000 to withdrawn from my checking account, right, business checking, and I go take it to the grocery store and buy items for my, like say Costco. I buy items for my business.
And you have those receipts from Costco, right?
Right. Example. I'm just saying, right? Now hold on before you jump. What people do is they'll have their home purchases from Costco. They'll even have the relatives use their card to purchase from Costco, and they will use all those receipts because the government is not going to go through receipts, man. The government doesn't audit you unless you're over $50 million. They will not audit you.
That's not true.
Okay.
The
that
level,
is true.
no, actually, I've had to Google this before.
They don't audit you for 50 and under 50 million.
You're
Dude,
dumb.
Look at the stats online.
They
don't audit you.
I have. You're lying. I have. They disproportionately audit people that are small businesses too.
Okay, but
you just made that up.
What do you get by not? Okay, even if I report these people, and let's say that these people are innocent, let the government decide that.
Jay.
Not you or Matt.
Hey Jay, do you know the highest percentage of people that get audited on their taxes? Is it people? Do you know? Do you know? Do you want to take a guess?
The IRS doesn't want to audit people under 50.
Do you know the highest percentage of
it costs
people?
more money
Do you
to
know?
audit them.
I asked you a question and I know you don't know the answer. Pickles, do you know the answer? By the way, this is a great one. Do you know the highest percentage of people? It's the people who file a Schedule C on their taxes. And if you file a Schedule C, that means that you're itemizing expenses for a small business. Those are the people that have the highest percentage of audits. Okay. And as somebody who had one small business that got audited, I can tell you that that's exactly what happened. And as somebody who currently owns a small business and deals with about 1.5 million in gross receipts and has to deal with exactly what we're talking about right now. Number one, you're talking about committing tax fraud. So that's number one, is what you're talking about doing. And number two, nobody who runs a business, and number two, nobody who runs a business of that size doesn't have an accountant. And an accountant has to sign their name on their taxes. They don't do what you're doing, apparently, which is use TurboTax. And by the way, if you run
legal, man.
three different,
call IRS on me.
No,
It's
I
fucking
didn't
legal.
say that I didn't say it wasn't legal. I said no.
I'm not using TurboTax. I'm using Intuit small business taxes.
No one who runs 3 different businesses uses fucking TurboTax, because if you actually are running multiple businesses and making money, Pickles knows this and I know this, you absolutely couldn't.
Yeah, you're either committing fraud or you're fucking up your taxes.
No, look, Intuit. Let me finish. Okay,
Exactly.
Your accountant,
and an accountant has to
does the
sign their
same
name
thing.
to those taxes. No.
Can I finish? Or
An
this guy gonna
accountant
just
sign
keep
their
ranting?
name, and no, they don't.
No, the
An
accountant doesn't have to sign
uses
their name. They don't have to
professional
sign their
tax-preparing
name.
software, and they have to sign their name. Yes, they do. Under penalty of
stamp it.
perjury, they have
Yeah.
to sign their name to
They
your
don't have to.
taxes.
They do. And they
That's
have
why
to
you
stamp
hire
it.
TurboTax has accountants who, when you get the fucking small business filing,
my God.
you get an accountant to sign
You've
for
never
you.
used an
When
accountant
it's $50
before.
or so extra.
You really don't know. Oh my
Dude,
God,
I
you
have
really
been
don't know
filing
this. You don't know
Intuit for the
Intuit
last
businesses.
15 years.
So you're
15
sitting
years I've
here
been filing
telling me
Intuit.
that you're fucking up your taxes and only you're allowed to do it. And you're going to call the
Okay, then
IRS
call the
and anybody
IRS on
else
me.
you don't like.
Call the IRS on me. I
don't feel
have,
like being a tattletale like you. No,
okay,
I'm good.
Dude, listen. Listen, first and foremost, if I call somebody, and I had to file a DHS complaint, I had to file a freaking,
You
what
had
do you call
to?
that, IRS complaint. I had to go.
You had
and
to?
So there's the whole case has been established now by the federal, that is the DA. The DA's office is already prosecuting this guy for non-payment of payroll taxes. They're already after him. There's already a case open.
The
And he's
district attorney
basically
doesn't do that for payroll taxes. The district attorney
the
wouldn't be
IRS
the one to do that.
There's an
The
IRS versus
IRS,
this
it's
guy.
federal. It wouldn't be the district attorney, you fucking
No, I
idiot.
didn't
It
say.
would be a
I said
federal
the
prosecutor.
IRS. Okay, listen. The
Oops.
IRS.
Oops.
Listen to me. The IRS
Oops.
office has opened a case against him. It's on the docket in the local court.
It
and
wouldn't
it says
be
IRS
in the local
versus
court
the guy.
because it would be the federal government, you idiots.
You want me to show you that? You want me to show you the fucking case number? I'll even show you the case.
Holy shit.
Dude, this is, hold on.
This is so, like, this is pathetic, honestly. You just proving to us that you're such a tattletale. Only you can run a fucking shitty business and do your taxes for 4 motels on Intuit without an accountant? And you're telling me your accountant would sign off on, somebody paid a kick. Your accountant would sign off on you fudging and using fake Costco receipts for your cash withdrawals?
Yeah. No, Pickles, I'm gonna drop back down, but real quick before I do, work in a business where I take in cash. I do take in cash, and there was a point in time a number of years ago where I had a business partner who was like, we could just pay these people via cash. Like, we'll take in the cash and then and just pay a couple of people to try and retain them as employees, or just pay them like 1 or 2 nights a week, just as like a thank you. So that just as like a, hey, we'll just toss them some money. Our accountant lost his goddamn mind.
Yeah.
He lost his mind when he found out that we might even cost them a couple of dollars. He was like, you will be audited. You will be found out for tax fraud. He's like, I will not sign your taxes. He's like, find another account. We're like, okay, sorry. We will not do that. Like, that was the end of even talking about throwing somebody a couple of dollars under the table. Get out of here with this idea that people can pay entire salaries under the table. It's not happening. FYI. Anyways, I'm out. I'll catch you later, man.
Yo, much love. Thank you,
Hey,
Matt.
Matt.
Oh, wait. Oh, wait, so yeah, what's up, Fred?
Hey Matt, so I just want to say I love your stream. I watch you almost every night. I sent you $50. You're absolutely right.
Oh my God! I'm sorry.
That's
I'm up.
okay. That's okay.
I can't say thank you, friend. You
No,
really didn't
that's
have
right.
to. Thank you so much.
No, I know, but
Okay.
it pisses me off. Like, listen, I'm an accountant. Like, I know this guy is totally wrong, and he just needs to learn that like the TurboTax accountants are going to protect him in court with the IRS.
Yeah, there's no way. And to say that like your accountant doesn't sign, like your accountant signs your taxes, they are liable.
Listen,
they are liable.
I could tell
for
you a
this shit.
story about accounting and how the accountant always gets blamed, but you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Think Skylar from Breaking Bad. So
exactly.
But,
do you want to hear
anyway,
do you want to hear the super quick anecdote?
Well, I got to drop down, but I'll tell you what, I'm going to listen. I'll listen from the cheap seats. But I thank you. But friend, thank you again. That was really, really
I'll
kind
see
of you.
you
I really
tonight.
appreciate you. All right. And thank you again, Pickles. I love you, bud.
Yo, much love.
So anecdotal story, and then I'll drop Pickles, okay? As an accountant at the University of Minnesota, the University of Minnesota does a lot of research with federal funds. And so we're always, subject to audit. We get audited like every year. And then, there's a high level of audit. And so anyways, back probably now like 30 years ago, they were doing clinical trials without permission. And when it all came out and everything happened, the actual faculty member who was in charge of the project ended up getting demoted, but the accountant was the one that got charged, and they ended up committing suicide. And it was, and then everything centered around how the accountant was wrong and how the accountant was irresponsible. But unfortunately, the accountant has to, there's a distribution of power that's not, you work for the professor who's like making you do these things. And so you have to have really strong ethics to stand up to them. And so anyways, accounting is all about documentation. It's all about making sure that things are allocatable to specific types of expenses. You're supposed to have a budget. These people that are out there running their small businesses are doing it at their own detriment if they're not getting professionals involved. And I know it's an expensive thing, but, then they take the responsibility because they do sign off on the tax document. So anyways, that's all I wanted to contribute.
Thank you, Jen. Love you so much.
Welcome. So that guy, he said he was deported without due process. And I said, I don't care. Anyways, let me down if you don't mind.
I got you. And that's very true. I also have an experience where I was a bookkeeper for a multi-million-dollar company, construction company, 2 of them actually, over the course of like 8 years. And then I did accounting for my construction company when I owned one. And as a young 21, 22-year-old doing this company's taxes, I did it on QuickBooks. And I had some subcontractors that I really liked. And I was like, you know what I could do is I could file their checks under Walmart and just do it cost of goods sold or something, supplies. The accountant caught it. They caught it and they fucking yelled at me. They're like, dude, that is straight up fraud, bro. You cannot do that. Anybody who's a real accountant, they catch it like this. They will catch it. They'll yell at you. They'll probably even threaten to quit, tell you to go fuck off, just like that accountant did with Trump. There was Trump's own accountant, like a huge accounting firm, dropped him and said, you cannot trust his finances. They're trying to keep you out of jail. Yeah, thank God. And construction is very complicated. Oh, that person didn't connect. No. You have to take ethics to get an accounting degree. Yes.
Hey, pickle juice.
Hello, popcorn.
How have you been, man? Long time no talk.
I've been awesome as fuck. I wish you could say the same about yourself, but you probably can't.
Oh, I can. I absolutely can. Doing great. Really good. Anyway, I noticed how the previous guy that was on here ran once he seen that I was in the queue, but that's all good. Hey,
Would
by
it be
the
the other
way,
way around? Don't you owe him money?
No, it's actually the other way around. But I got friends that do pay people under the table in straight cash.
Do you call the IRS on them, or are you just a accomplice to fraud?
No, I do not. But it's door money at a bar, and then in construction, it's paying people underneath the table, straight cash. You don't report it on any books, and then they get away with it. They've been doing it for years and years. So it
Probably
is
a shitty bar, huh?
It is against the law.
Probably a shitty,
but at
like
the
a
same
shitty
time,
business.
Well, no, it's they do really good.
So they're a
They
shitty
do really
business that does fraud. They're really good. They're
Well,
really
they're a good
successful. with it.
business that
It
does
continues to do fraud.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know. I don't know. It's like an oxymoron, isn't it?
How?
A company that's really good that does fraud.
Well,
Do you
it's
think Walmart
successful.
pays their front people under the table?
No. No, I don't.
Think Target does it?
Nope. I think really small businesses do, like bars do. I would probably say most bars out there do. It's door money that they do it with, and they pocket that money. Now, they don't pay employees with it, but they don't pay taxes on that money, and they pocket that money.
I think it's an ever-shrinking
and
market.
then-
I don't think anybody carries cash anymore. I think that maybe 1% of people, maybe less, carry money cash.
Well, when there's an ATM inside, like as soon as you walk in the bar, I mean, and then you require them to pay cash, and then there's
Yeah,
a
good luck.
line, a long line, and then there's the cut line, which is 125. For the cut line, you can jump to the front of the line and cut everybody.
Yeah,
and
you
pay that 125.
Yeah. So again, I think that last time I went to a bar, you could just tap to pay. You didn't have to do that, and it actually made sure it captured all of the money, and that the people at the front didn't just pocket money that they were taking from people getting in, because how would you ever know? So yeah, I also think that it's such a small degree.
You put loyal people there.
I'm sorry?
I said you put loyal people there. They have in the past fired people for trying to pocket money.
A loyal person that makes $10 an hour.
I mean, well, most of the people that work there are friends of theirs, and they've been working together for years and years. So yeah, you can trust them, and they don't make $10 an hour.
You,
they make
you have a
about
friend
20.
that you exploit, that you've been friends with for 20 years. That sounds like good people.
No, I don't exploit them. But when it comes to construction, I think you would agree when it comes to like housing construction, building new houses, that some of those employees are paid under the table. It's off the books.
No.
Nobody sees it, so the IRS can't.
Nobody
go
gets
after 'em.
paid to build a house in cash.
Yes, they do.
Okay, explain to me how you get more than $10,000 from a bank without getting dinged by the IRS. What house
Because
costs
when
less than 10 grand?
So as a construction worker and a builder, you go to a job and tell them, hey, if you pay $20,000 for this job, credit or whatever, then that's what the cost will be. But if you pay $17,000 cash, I'll give you $3,000 off. So
I've literally never made a deal like
you're
that.
paying $3,000, dude. It happens all over the place.
No, it doesn't.
All over the place.
It's literally impossible.
It does. I'm telling you, it does.
Nobody has just 10 grand cash that they've able to accumulate without the IRS knowing. That is very hard to come by. It can't happen more than once. If it does happen, like no business model allows that. Because when you go pull 10 grand out of the fucking the bank, they literally ding you.
You're not
you get
pulling
a literal
10 grand
audit
out of
for
the
that.
bank.
Where do you get this 10
You're not
grand
pulling
cash?
10 grand out of the bank.
Where does one person, where does a person who builds home accumulate 10 grand or more in cash? How does that happen?
when they have 3 or 4 or 5 jobs going on at the same time, and some of those people pay cash, and they do all the time. A lot of people pay cash. In fact, my friend just built a house straight cash. The entire house, it was about a $550,000 house, straight cash. By the way, it's the same friend that that had the bar.
Yeah,
He
this guy
built a
sounds
house
like a
about
schmuck.
$550,000. Do what?
This guy sounds like a schmuck. But yeah, there's no way. First of all, he would
call him what you want.
if to avoid taxes on his part. Somehow, first of all, he would have to have all of this $550,000 like inflow in pure cash for somehow under the table. He'd have to have it in his bed or in a safe, and then he'd have to go and give it to that person.
Yeah.
That's not a thing.
Yeah, it is a thing. I'm telling you right now. I got friends that do it, and that's doing it as we speak today.
So you have friends that commit like lifetime offensive felonies, like tax evasion.
Fraud.
Like he could go to
Yes.
like prison for the rest of his life. And you're like, these are my friends.
I wouldn't say the rest of his life.
I would say the rest of his life.
But I would say a lot of people do that, and to say that nobody does that,
I can see why you voted for Trump.
You don't have any friends, or that you don't know what you're
Fraud's
talking about.
not that big of a deal for you, right?
Well, I would say if you can cheat Uncle Sam a little bit, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it because we get taxed too much. Everybody gets taxed too much.
No, we don't. We have the lowest tax rates in the like developed world.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, who else lower?
Well, it's between taxes and cost of living. It's just no.
Okay.
No, if we
so
can
you don't
save
have
some
anything?
money, and with the amount of fraud, just whatever. But I just wanted to point out that there are people out there doing that. And to say that there's nobody out there doing it,
it's impossible.
It's so easy.
It's
to
pretty
hide
hard
it.
to do.
It's not impossible.
Like we're talking about a
super
one-off.
easy.
If your friend is doing this, like I would love to know how he has more than $500,000.
He's been doing it for over like 12 years.
Yeah, he's been doing 12 years of felonious fraudulent.
Yes, it's
crime,
people that
tax
come from
evasion.
Mexico. He's got 2 brothers that come from Mexico, and they rotate every year. They rotate and send money back home, but they are all paid under the table. In fact, he pays for them to come from Mexico to here in America to work underneath the table, because they work for, I don't know, about a third of what you would pay an American, and they work like 1,000 times harder, 1,000 times better than any American.
So your friends benefit
Those
from
Mexicans
the system that
work
you
their
hate.
ass off, man.
So your friend's
What?
going to be stoked when those people aren't allowed to come across the border and do all that?
No, he's trying to work out ways. I haven't talked to him about how he's going to get around it, because I've moved in the last several months. But yeah, I've not talked to him about that. Like, how are you going to get around Trump shit?
There's nobody
there's
out
ways
there
to get
just
around
building homes going, hey, if you give me cash, by the way, like the first thing you want to do if you pull out cash and you hand it to somebody is you want somebody to fill out a 1099 or a W-9. I don't want to be taxed for that $10,000 withdrawal, and I want that to be forwarded to you. That's why I would have you sign a 1099.
Well, that's why
the
you pull
government
out
come knocking at
5,000
your
at a
door.
time.
Okay, still, you'd have to do it 5,000 a day, a week, a month. You would have to have the bank that you go to order that cash.
If you pull money, let's say like I have several $100,000 in the bank. If I go every week and pull out $8,000, knowing that in about 4 or 5 months I'm going to have something redone in my house, or I'm going to have, a full-blown house remodel, and it's going to cost $80,000.
I would assume that you have an accountant if you have that much money too.
$80,000 and pay that $80,000 instead of him coming back. Well, you're paying with debit
your
card,
accountant would have to be an accomplice.
$90,000.
Your accountant would have to be an accomplice.
$10,000 by paying straight cash.
Again, you'd have to have it
And
like
it's so easy.
No, it's not. It's not easy. You would have to have an
It
accountant
is,
that is
dude.
literal felon. You would have to have an accountant that's literal fucking Better Call Saul level, like felon.
And I'll do you one better. I've done it with my business.
You don't say, Popcorn.
Yep. I've done it with my business. When they come and pay cash, coffee roasting business, we sell coffee and all that stuff, frappes and all that. When they pay cash, we report some of it, but not all of it. Nope. And especially tips. You ain't touching our tips.
Huh. You know this is on a recording, right?
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But yep.
Mr. Patel, are you calling the IRS?
Mr. Patel, come after me. Dude, nobody's watching your show. You got 440 morons in here listening to another moron named Pickles, who just dropped a bigger moron named Matt with Politics, who can't debate to save his life. He takes a 2-hour clip and clips it up into
I'm goated with the sauce popcorn.
Says, I
Get over
got
it.
popcorn to admit he was wrong. But what he didn't play is the fact that I said, wait a minute, I'm actually right. You're wrong, Matt with Politics. He left that part out, didn't he?
No,
Anyway.
I don't believe you for a second. In fact, you just admitted to multiple crimes and that your friends are felons as well. Why should we believe what you're saying?
Do about it?
Why should I believe?
Do about it,
why would I believe anything that comes out of your mouth?
Not
You
a
just
damn
admitted to
thing.
felonious shit.
Yes. If you pay cash, we're pocketing that shit.
Nice. But if you're undocumented and you're just trying to get by and you're not rich at all, you need to be sent straight to Uganda.
Well, I mean, shouldn't I pocket my own money that I've earned instead of government pocketing my
Same thing
money?
with undocumented migrants, right? Same thing with undocumented migrants. Why would they give a fuck?
Pocketing my money? That's not their money. It's my money. It's our money. It's
you mean
your money, Pickles,
Trump's the
and
only
they're taking
politician
your
who
money.
enriches himself the way that he does?
I don't care.
So you just cared 3 seconds ago. You just 3 seconds ago you cared.
About what? No, I just said that I do that shit.
You're a walking hypocrite.
I'm keeping as much money as I can, if that's what you're saying.
Okay, and so do undocumented migrants that you guys cry about all day.
Yeah, but they're not Americans.
And?
And
they don't get anything. They get no benefits.
And?
So it should be even more justified in your view, right?
Why should they get benefits? What? I disagree with my friend by hiring these people, and I've told him that. Like I disagree with you. I think that Americans
Your friend is
should have those
exploiting
jobs.
people. Your friend would probably be a poor piece of shit loser if he didn't exploit people and rig the system.
But he's not, and he's got a million or a multi-million-dollar home. So I mean, I can't,
And he did fraud to get there. Congrats.
Hey, well, that's every politician in Washington. And you're worried about Donald Trump
Trump
making
does it
$2
to a higher
billion
degree.
or whatever the last year or so.
You mean billion?
But didn't say
Yeah.
a word about the previous politicians that came before him.
Not
you just only got a problem that
No.
Trump is doing it at a better
Trump
rate.
is the only
and
president
more
who's
successful.
ever done it. Trump is the only president ever.
Oh, you're full of shit, dude. They've been doing that shit for
Name one
50
president
years,
that's enriched
man.
themselves with monetizing every action they made. Go ahead.
Obama, Clinton.
How did
damn
they do that?
Biden. Holy shit!
How'd they do it?
Biden.
How did Biden do it?
Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer,
You
Mike
guys sound so
Johnson,
brainwashed. Pelosi, Biden,
Paul Ryan. Dude, they all do it. All those politicians know that legislation is coming and they buy stock. They've been doing it for decades before you were born.
None of them were
Pickles.
president, right?
No, I just said Biden.
Okay, what did Biden do? How
all
did he
of-
enrich himself?
How did he become a multi-billionaire?
He's
Or-
not a
well,
billionaire.
Not a billionaire, a millionaire.
He got a $10 million book
multi-millionaire.
deal.
That nobody bought.
You
I'm talking
listen.
before he
It
had a
happens
book deal.
before you write a book. Okay, here's
How did
$10 million. You write a book.
When did he write that book?
Him and his wife both wrote books.
When?
I don't know what to tell you.
When did they write this book?
What does it matter? What date do you want?
Before the year 2005. Pretty sure Biden was a millionaire before 2005. How, with a salary of a politician, of a senator or a congressman, how did he gain millions of dollars?
So it was a book deal.
How
So
did Nancy Pelosi
you get the
become a
money before it's
multimillionaire?
published, just like I said.
How did
So
Nancy Pelosi become
we're talking
a
about
multimillionaire?
presidents, right?
Any politician.
No, I'm talking about presidents. Trump is the most corrupt
I'm talking
politician
any
to walk the
politician.
earth. He's the most corrupt person by dollar amounts easily, right?
I'd say if you break the law, you break the law. If you steal $1 or $1 million, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, right, dude.
You broke the law.
Yeah, so you're a felon
You
as much as
stole.
anybody else that's crossed the border, right?
But to say it didn't exist before Trump,
Okay, no, it did. I can't believe you guys are cucks for fraud,
I think
dude.
you're being disingenuous. You know that there was corruption.
All right,
before
I shouldn't even be platforming you. You owe Matt $500. Go on, get. 2007 is when the book was published, and he got a $10 million book deal. So before it's published, before you sell any copies, you get $10 million. That's how that works. Yeah. And by the way, the guy's obsessed with people crossing an imaginary line because that's much more of a deal breaker. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
Yes, it is.
Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
Yes. Hi, I'm Adriana, 42.
Hello, what do you like about Trump?
I live in Atlanta. What's up?
What do you like about Trump?
I like that he never got any, he funded his own campaign. No one gave him $1.
You know, we could fact check this right now, right?
Okay, yeah, fact checked it. Look it up, bud. Yeah, keep looking.
Partially, it says partially, right?
I'm curious. Where do you put your funds that you make from TikTok? Do you report that to the IRS?
Yes, I get 1099.
Do you file a tax return?
Yes, I get a 1099.
Yeah, do you? Okay, I want to see that.
I don't show my tax documents. I get 1099s.
Yeah, because you're full of shit.
Adriana, do you see what the screen says? That he partially self-funded his 2016 primary, but he absolutely did. He did not donate to his 2020 or 2024 campaigns at all.
Where are you getting this information from? Where is this? Yeah, you're pulling this up from where?
Every position Donald Trump has taken is now he is on how he is funding his campaign, and he has gone from saying that he is going to fund it to 72% of his campaign came from billionaires and millionaires.
Oh, gotcha. Where is this information coming from, though?
This is NPR. We got Center for Public Integrity. We got Trump's big money bait. Nobody even contends this. You're the first person dumb enough to even say this is a fact.
Oh, I'm dumb? I'm
Yes.
dumb? You're the dumb one sitting behind a computer screen. What do you do for work? Like for
You're looking
for
at
a
it.
real life job?
You're looking at it.
Oh, yeah. So this is what you do for your work. So you don't actually have a job. You're not smart enough to actually have an actual job. Did you go to college?
Yeah. No, I didn't.
Yeah, because you're a loser.
Don't you guys hate college? Don't you call it liberal indoctrination?
No, I don't. I actually think college is very important, but you should go to school to be a lawyer or a doctor or someone important, not a fucking loser that sits on fucking TikTok.
Do you admit that you just lied to my 400, 500 people about Trump funding his own campaign, that he didn't take $1? Easily.
He funded most of his campaign.
No, he didn't.
Not like everyone else. Biden got everything funded by lobbyists. It's like, give me a break.
Trump openly asked for $1 billion from big oil, and he said he'll do whatever the fuck they want. And he's gone as far as to invade Venezuela and to choke Cuba and to fuck with the oil market.
Venezuela? Wait, I just want to ask you a
kidnap
question. Do you know
Maduro.
Do you know anyone that's Venezuelan at all? Do you know anyone that's from Venezuela?
Do I need an anecdote for this to be true?
No, you need to know someone from Venezuela.
No, I don't.
Yeah, exactly. So you're a fucking idiot. So you don't know what they've gone through, and they were happy that America actually came in and saved them.
That's not true. We haven't done anything. The same regime is still in power.
Okay. So why is it that people from Cuba, which has socialism, they keep fleeing to America? Why is that? Answer me that question.
They have a dictator. It's really bad there.
Okay,
but what we're doing is making it worse.
Say that we have a dictator, but it's interesting that people want to come to America to start businesses and do.
She got flagged. Oh, just her voice, her Karen-esque voice was killing me, dude. America's 2 continents, thank you. Yeah, Yeah, Donald Trump did not fund his own campaign, guys. If you still believe that, you're profoundly stupid. I am so sorry to break it to you. Hello, is this a Trump supporter? I guess not. Yeah, guys, it's totally normal to ask people for their tax documents online. By the way, chat, don't forget to follow me. This is also my main account down here. Hold on, let's see this right. Down here, this is my main account. If you want to follow me, this is where I will be live more often as soon as I didn't flag shit. TikTok flagged you. You're not allowed to come up. You can't get my TikTok flagged. Yeah, and Trump has never shown his tax documents, by the way. He was like notoriously the only president ever that you guys didn't care if he showed his tax returns at all. But I, a TikToker with 500 viewers, need to show mine. And neither has anyone, is what Adriana says. Every single president in recent history has shown their tax returns. Her voice makes me want to summon a manager. She's the final boss of Let Me See Your Manager. For sure. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
Absolutely not. Fuck Trump. I'm sorry, dude.
It's all right, bro. Keep going to the gym. Keep getting
Oh,
gains,
well.
baby. You're looking great.
Appreciate that, player.
All right. My dog started barking when he... Oh, no. Mute my stream chat. I'm about to talk to Alexa. Alexa, what's the weather like outside? Is it gonna rain? No. We have 50% chance rain today. I'm already sick of it. Shh. Alexa, shut your poor mouth. We have smoke from the Canada fires. It's so hot in California. Oh. Guys, mods, if there are people coming into my box with like 0 or under 10 followers, ban them. Apparently my stalker is back. Kill me. Pickles, be nice to Alexa. Being mean to non-human things is incel behavior. You're right. If you go to my YouTube, there's a good video on it. Yeah. Can you ban the person in the box? Thank you. Is this? Yes, it's literally exactly baby reindeer level. Have all the fellas had their testosterone tested lately? Yada, yada, yada. How is it, by the way? Baby reindeer is great. Not for me, dude. Not for me. Can I have a guess? Yes. The guy from Montana? No. No, it's worse than that. If you guys want to see the lore on it, go to my YouTube channel. There's just like a pinned video on it. It's wild. It's fucking wild. It's legit. I could do a Netflix documentary on it. I could. What's up, Kirsten? Good to see you. Pickles ass horrible. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, guys. We just have to stay vigilant for a few months or a year. I don't know. Ugh, chat. What are we gonna do? We've only been on for an hour and a half. Half man, it's amazing. Dude, that guy's awesome. I like him. I like him. Opposition's rough these days. The phone line, I'll turn back on. We had it off for a second. We just missed a call. So if you're trying to call in, you're welcome to do that. Oscar cut a show early for how few callers he was getting. I've been doing okay. I've been doing okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm turning the phone line off. I turned the phone line off. Yeah, anybody who's got an account with under 10 followers, just ban them right out of the requests. Sharkeisha. We got RC in the box. Hello, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, I am, 100%.
All right, cool. What do you like about Trump?
Everything. What do you hate about Trump?
I hate that Trump has a cult of personality that even when all of the macro indicators for the economy, every single one of them are upside down, people go, nothing's wrong. Everything's great.
So you're a business owner and you know the economy is doing good. I mean, I assume that you own a business and your employees are doing bad and you're losing everything and you're going under. Is that what it is? Or are you just a guy that talks on the radio? So in order for us to listen to somebody like you, you have to show your resume. You're a middle-aged guy that talks on the radio with tattoos. So you tell me what your resume is and how successful your life was or is, and then I can listen to you. But if not, if you're just a guy that comes on the radio and trying to take advantage of donations and basically ignorant liberal Democrats that love to have people speak for them, because they don't have a spine. They can't speak for themselves. So that's why they pay people like you and Dean
All right,
and
is
Parker.
This is a run-on sentence from hell. I can
No,
tell
it's
you
not
my
from hell.
credentials.
It's not from
I
hell.
can tell
So
you
what
my
are your
credentials, but it's not
Okay.
going to matter. That my credentials are
No,
I
it
can
is.
read. I can read
It is.
economic indicators, and if economic indicators are going upside down, and Trump is playing go away, come here, and open and close the Strait of Hormuz, and gas prices are going to skyrocket, and our
Right.
strategic reserve is almost empty, as well as the rest of the world and every other country on Earth have a strategic reserve that it's pretty much almost empty. We're staring down the gun barrel
Right.
of a really bad economy.
Then why does everybody want to be here?
That's your answer. That's your response. Why does everyone want to be here? We have a 27
No,
no,
my answers are not stats.
Yeah, I know. You guys don't
my
deal in
answers
stats.
are not statistics.
Yeah, I know.
No, because they're made up.
Stats
It's
are
about
not made
real
up.
life.
We have a
See?
27%
So
decline.
you're not a business owner.
Yes, I am.
You don't run a business.
Yes, we are. And I'm sorry, but we have a 27%
What business do you run?
decline. We have a 27% decline in immigration. We
Okay.
have a 20% decline in tourism. We have 180,000 people that have left the United States because of Trump. We have multiple
Great.
countries
I love
and
that.
watchdog organizations that have flagged us for civil rights and human right violations. And you don't care.
that
You're
is
just like,
bad.
oh,
Why?
I'm insulated from this. You're like, oh, I
But-
can't really feel that. That's all you're
So
saying.
why is it cut down on immigration bad for us? Why is it cut down on immigration?
We're on
You mean illegal
population-
immigration or illegal?
Both.
So for population, you're saying it's not good for our population?
Right, we're in population decline. Can you name something worse for the
Do
economy
you know
than
why?
population decline?
Do you know why we're in population decline?
Why?
Because of the LBGTQAI whatever movement. They
Sure.
promote. Listen, man and man can have babies. Women and women can have babies.
They're-
So that's
they
what
go
you
and
guys
they
are
adopt
promoting.
babies.
The trans.
Nobody's adopting.
Yeah, but who's gonna have them? But check
we
this
can do
out.
IVF,
But
right?
Who is going to have them?
We
So
can
if
have
two men
IVF,
get
right?
together, if two men get together, they have to find a third party to have their child.
Correct.
Which is a lot harder than just a man and a woman getting together and having their own child.
Do you think people?
So you guys are promoting this, which
you-
is causing population control,
Do you
which
think-
actually Satan Democrats want.
Do you think that you could be swayed into being gay?
No, because I am headstrong and I am an actual mentally stable person.
So you think that
But to
somebody can
somebody-
be
but check
swayed
this
to
out.
not be gay?
Oh yeah. You know why? Because they don't fit in. So when they're a young kid, they don't fit in with the sports guys, this guys, and they're kind of pushed to the side. They have to find their own niche to fit into. Just like if you're playing Tetris, you got to keep on spinning around until you fit into your gap. So that's what these young kids do. They don't fit in. They get pushed out, which is
Wow.
terrible that people do this out of people that are less masculine or they're a little more feminine. So they have to find their own way. So they don't fit in. They're weirdos, and then they join this crowd. And when they identify as something, it makes them feel good. It gives them a purpose.
I don't think that we have all the science in the world that
Is
proves.
that your music?
No, we have all the science in the world that proves that we
Right.
can't sway someone into being gay, and we can't sway someone into
Then how
not
do
being
people-
gay. We have all the science.
Then how do people change their lifestyles when they get older? Say if people find Jesus and they become Christian, they're no longer gay, and they admit that it was a mental problem.
Actually,
so don't laugh.
I
So
am
when
going to laugh
somebody
at
laughs
you.
at me, they don't have an answer.
I do. So there's people that actually hosted. They were the big founders of conversion therapy camps, and
Right.
even the founders themselves have come out, written books, and condemned their own organizations that did these camps. They came out
Really?
and said that they've never not been gay. By the way, I'll find you their names.
Really?
Real quick. Yes.
So you're saying there's nobody in the history of the world that ever turned from gay to straight?
They've went from gay to closeted gay. That's it.
Also, nobody in the world. You know this 100%. And how do you know this?
Because I can read.
Because you can read. So you're reading what
Yes.
somebody else says. You're reading somebody else's opinion, right?
Yeah.
So you don't know for yourself.
Yeah.
So you interviewed every gay person in the world.
No,
and you
you're
found out
claiming
that they
to
could
have.
never turn straight. No,
No.
because I've seen interviews. I've seen people coming out and showing the world how God changed their life, and they're not gay anymore. They don't have
Yeah.
those feelings.
Yeah,
Those
they just
immoral
turn out to be
feelings.
closeted gay. A lot of them get arrested for touching
How
kids.
do you know that?
Because they get arrested. They get arrested for touching little kids.
Oh, so you're saying gay people touch little kids?
No, I'm saying people who try
But you
to.
support, so gay, trans.
They come out and they suppress their feelings. And then they get caught touching little kids because they're into the whole Jesus thing. But here are a few examples. So, okay, we'll read these for you. McCrae Game founded the South Carolina-based ministry Hope for Wholeness in 1999, which operated camps and counseling aimed at changing sexual orientation. After being ousted from the organization, he came out as gay and admitted the practice was harmful. Dave Matheson, a prominent advocate therapist within the ex-gay Mormon movement who ran programs pushing sexual orientation change efforts. He came out as gay in 2019, telling The Guardian he was deeply sorry for the confusion and pain his teachings caused. Alan Chambers served as president of Exodus International, once the longest ex-gay Christian umbrella organization in the world. In 2013, he formally shut down the organization, admitted the conversion therapy didn't work, and apologized for the psychological damage participants endured. What do you have to say, homophobic Christian?
So you're saying that people are born gay?
Yes.
And how do you know this?
We have science. We have multiple markers that we can look at in people's names. Yes, we have science that shows the markers, like that people's like brain makeups,
so do you think
some sort of
we're put here on
lighting.
Earth?
Yes.
I'm assuming you don't believe in God. I'm assuming you're
No,
atheist. And
no,
you,
I don't
right,
believe in magic. I'm sorry.
Right. You don't. So how did we get here? How did this Earth get
I don't know
created?
is a better answer than
How are
magic.
How are we the perfect distance? How are we the perfect distance from the sun so we don't get burned? How is
We're
there
not.
oxygen
The Goldilocks
that we
zone's
breathe?
enormous.
How does the eyeball work? How do we reproduce?
We know how the eyeball works. This isn't magic. It's just science.
Right. No. How did it get created? Where did it come from? Check this out.
Where did God come from? Magic?
Where did your car come from?
Came from man. Are you just going to tell me magic is the answer for all of your world
so
questions?
your car has a creator. Your car has a creator, correct?
Yeah, things that look like they have intelligent designs absolutely have intelligent designs. But like something like a beach doesn't show me a sort of intelligent design.
You don't think the Earth has intelligent design?
No.
You don't think the Earth has... Man cannot replicate what the Earth produces. So you're telling me that the Earth doesn't have an intelligent designer?
No.
You think it's all an accident?
Yes.
So if we wait billions and billions of years, a car will be able to create itself.
No, I'm saying abiogenesis is a thing. You think magic is a thing, all right? I laugh at you because you think literal magic happens.
Monkeys. Tell me why monkeys still exist.
Because certain populations of animals get separated and they evolve differently.
Really? So have you ever seen a monkey with a human finger, a human arm, or a...
Yes.
Really? Where? Show me.
Yes.
Show me a picture of a monkey half human.
Oh my God! They literally resemble humans in most of their bone structure.
They resemble humans.
Yes.
Right. You resemble
sound
a Chinese
very
person.
simple. You sound
You
very
resemble a
unintelligent.
Chinese person. You resemble a Chinese person, but you're not Chinese.
You resemble a monkey. You are as bright as one.
Right. Resemblance doesn't mean the exact same traits.
And by the way, we came from apes. We came from our closest
We did
cousins
not come
would
from
be
apes. No, we did not.
bonobos. Yes, we are. We are apes. Yes.
And now, how can you prove that?
Genetics, fossil records.
So how come human hasn't turned into anything else? What is our next stage?
Because it takes thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of years.
So human has been here for millions of years.
No, we
That's
haven't.
what you guys claim.
Nobody. No, it's hundreds of thousands of years, dude. Are you stupid?
Listen, you just said 100,000 years it takes for something to change.
Yes.
A human has been here for over 100,000 years. That's what your side claims.
Yes.
So how come human hasn't turned into anything else?
Because it takes hundreds of thousands of years, dude.
So humans haven't been alive for hundreds of thousands of years?
It's just about 100,000. I think it's like 600, 800,000 years.
So shouldn't we be actually turning into something else? Like,
we are.
morphing
Look
into...
at me. I'm 6'4". There were not
Right.
6'4" people hundreds of thousands of years ago.
There were giants, brother.
No, there
were
weren't. We
people
have
that were
no
10 and
fossil
12
records
feet
of
tall.
giants. We have no fossil
Yes,
records
they
of
are.
this. No, there's
They
not.
take the fossils and they destroy them. There's proof
Oh,
of
they're
this.
destroyed now.
Wait, so you don't believe in this? You don't believe there are giants?
No, there's no fossil records of it, dude.
Listen, so you only go by records?
Yes, that's called proof.
So if I can't show you, I got $20,000 in my pocket right now, that means I'm lying?
I don't believe you. I have no reason to believe somebody who believes in magic.
Right, so you have to have a proof or a reason for everything in life.
Within a reasonable doubt, yeah, or logic.
How do you know you're going to take your next breath? Why do you pay your car payment? Do you know you're going to wake up tomorrow? Why do you pay your car
Because
payment?
I know how time works.
Why do you pay your electric bill? You might not. How do you know you're going to wake up tomorrow?
How do you? Don't you think
So you need
Jesus is
proof?
going to rapture us?
So, yes, he is. 100%.
All right, I don't believe in magic.
So
you do. Checkmate, right?
Listen, trees are magic. Oxygen is magic.
No, it's not.
Water is magic.
No, it's not.
The sun and moon is magic.
No, it's
so
not.
you're telling me the sun comes out every day and it's magic?
It's not magic.
So
it's
who
science.
created that? So who created that?
Who
You
created
get in your
God?
car and you
Who
drive your
created
car
God?
around that was created by man.
Who created God?
We don't know that.
Okay, all right. You see?
There are some things. So you're claiming to know everything. Wait, so you're claiming to know
No,
everything?
I'm claiming that I don't know everything, and I'm okay with that. You're claiming your answer
Right.
for everything is the God of the gaps, which is an ever-receding pocket of knowledge that people don't understand. You just plug God
So
into
at
it.
least I have an answer.
No, you
So you're
don't.
claiming just to be ignorant that you
No.
don't know. I'm claiming to have an answer. I'm claiming there's a God that created all this because
Yeah,
it's so
because
intelligently
you
designed.
need answers, and I'm okay with no answers.
So how did this come about? How did the Earth come about? I mean, I'm just learn me something. You might be able to turn me.
So if
How
we
did
look in the
Earth come
sky
about?
and you use telescope, you can see this thing called radio background radiation, and we can see that there was an explosion billions of years ago.
Explosion?
There was
From
an
what?
explosion. So at
From
one
where?
point, the universe was.
From what?
We can see the direction everything is expanding, and we can just use our
Really?
brains to say, if we reverse that, it all started at
So
the
if
center
there
of
was
the
nothing,
universe.
if there was
Do
nothing,
you
what
want to
exploded?
learn, or are you just here to meme on things you don't understand?
If there was nothing, what exploded?
What do you mean there's nothing? There's always been something, right? We don't know. If
Who created that? Who created something?
I don't know who created the guy who created that.
Who created something?
See?
So there had to be a
So
universe.
you
for something
think
to
that
explode,
God
right?
is the
So check
only
this
thing
out.
is you think that God just always existed. You don't need a reason for that. You don't need a creator for that creator, right?
So you don't have faith in anything?
No.
You don't have faith you're going to wake up tomorrow?
No, faith is it's basically a belief without evidence, right? I have
Exactly.
evidence that I've woken up plenty of times without magic, right? Faith,
Right.
I woke up every day for 39 years, 38 years.
So why do you have car insurance? Why do you have car insurance?
'Cause
You
I know
have
how
evidence
time
of driving
works.
every day without getting in a wreck. You
Yes.
have evidence every day
I
of
have
driving
trust.
without getting in a wreck. So why do you have car insurance? There's no need for it because you
I
have evidence.
technically don't have car insurance, but I get what you're saying, and that doesn't mean that God exists.
Bro, listen. I'm asking you a question. There is so much intelligence around us, and everything was created. How do you not believe in an intelligent creator, a designer of this? You're saying there was an explosion. An explosion of what? In order for things to explode, they have to be moving at a pretty high speed, right? That means there had to be a universe. There had to be atoms. There had to be something that was created. Who created that?
And at no point in time am I inserting magic into my explanation, and you do. You think there is literal
It's not-
magic. Literal
who said there's-
fucking magic,
Who
dude.
says it's magic?
I do. It goes against the laws of physics, right? God
Okay,
speaking things into
so since you're
existence.
okay, then I go back to this. What is your resume that I should believe you? Because you just said you do. You're saying that. So what is your resume? What makes you so intelligent? Why should I listen to you? Are you a CEO of a
I think you're running
multi-billion-dollar
now.
company?
No, I
No, I'm
don't.
just
I don't like hold people up high into divine status when they're rich, like you do.
Why are you? But if people are rich, that means they're intelligent. They did something
No, it
right.
doesn't.
They know something you don't know.
Doesn't mean they're intelligent at all.
Okay, they might have hit the lottery. Okay, that we could exclude those.
There are
But if
plenty
something does,
people like Trump inherited his rich, right? His
no, he
wealth,
didn't.
right?
No, he didn't. No, he did not.
Yes,
he
he
did not
did.
inherit. He did not inherit $5 billion.
He inherited
didn't inherit that.
$430 or $422 million, which is $7 billion today.
So you're telling me that you could take $400 million and turn it into $7 billion?
Yes, if I put it in the S&P, it would be more than
You
$7
could?
billion. Yes.
Really, you could?
Yes.
Okay, how much money do you have now?
Why does it matter? I'm saying if I
Because
had
that shows
430, if I had 420 million dollars, I put it in the
listen,
S&P
it shows,
500.
buddy.
Shut your fucking cock holster. If you put it in the S&P 500, when Trump inherited that money, he would have more money than Trump does. He is not smart.
So
he is very
it
dumb.
shows that you can't take the funds that you have right now and make something of yourself. Instead, you're on TikTok begging for people's money for donations.
Like Trump is, right?
That's pretty. Listen, Trump runs the United States.
Trump is
listen,
begging for money right now on his website.
Trump does not need our money.
Yes, he does.
He does not.
Yes.
He does
He
not.
has an insatiable thirst
But you do.
for money.
Listen, you're probably like a 36-year-old man. You're on TikTok, and you're begging for money, and you're just talking nonsense.
Get used to it.
trying
People
get
make
the
money online. People make money online.
You're trying
Get
to get
used to it.
the emotionally ran Democrats to get your back, because there are no Republicans that go on TikTok that beg for money to speak bad about the left. But it's only the left speaks bad about the right because they know the
plenty
Democrats
of people. Charlie
are
Kirk.
so weak. Who?
Charlie
Where?
Kirk.
He's on TikTok?
Not anymore. He's got a little hole in his
Right.
neck.
Right. And you love that, huh? Do you know why you love
It does make me sad.
That? Do you know why you hated Charlie Kirk? Because he had a family, he loved God, and he was a prosperous man.
Because he was indoctrinating children.
He was? How? Your
was
side
going
is
to-
indoctrinating children. Do you support Trans Week and in the school? You know when the trans go to the school and they dance in front of the kids with all their genitals hanging out?
Nobody
Do you
does
support
that. That's not a thing.
Yes, they do.
You're gross.
Google it. It's on YouTube. These guys go.
That's not a thing. There's stalkers in the box again, guys. I'm just gonna get off. W infectious for the kick. This guy was painful, desperate. W infectious. Dean's frame mug. That wasn't you, was it? The closeted dude leave yet? I don't know. I'm waiting for him to tell me that he used to be gay and they fixed it. I'm waiting for him to tell me that. Is Fremont a graper? Dude, I literally just pulled up. First of all, when you say, how come there's no like monkeys or apes with human arms or legs? You just tell me that you fundamentally don't understand evolution. Macroevolution happens right in front of us every day, all day. For instance, I believe that there was like a case where there was a set of flies. There was a population of flies that existed in tunnels in London. I'm gonna look this up. Okay, so the idea that distinct mosquito species rapidly evolved into species in London, textbook example of macroevolution. Genetic analysis of rewritten evolutionary narrative. Here's a close look at facts. Old textbook myth. For decades, biologists believed that the bird biting surface mosquitoes became trapped in London tube. Oh, wow. They actually debunked this one. 1860s, rapidly evolved into human biting underground dwelling species over a span of century. Dude, Dean's Fremog, you don't believe in evolution either? You don't believe in evolution?
I'm not like a freaking evolution expert. I don't freaking know. I think there's microevolution. That's clearly real, like adaptation. But I don't know if like a squirrel can turn into like a frog, can turn into a fish, into like a monkey, into like a
dude. We literally can do this at a cellular, like a DNA level. My DNA and your DNA has a 25% similarity to a banana. How does that work?
Well, it's all living, right? Like it's just like the human genome.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You're also similar to a tree, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like it's the fine. Just so in genetics, it's the tiny changes.
Yeah.
That,
So
like,
over time, tiny changes. Insert a million years. What I look like now, what my whatever, if I had kids, they would look completely different in a million years, right?
Oh, yeah,
I would
sure,
just assume that like oxygen levels, for instance, would change
No, I
so
don't
much so
disagree
that
with that.
your ability to adapt, the humans who
Yeah, I
would
agree.
survive, would have to adapt in such a way that they would have to be able to breathe more or less oxygen, however that changes over the course of time, and they would look infinitely would look so different.
That's microevolution. There wouldn't be a different species.
Yeah, but we would still like if a population split off,
Like we would still be warm
and
blooded.
they lived in a part of Earth that didn't have the same constraints with oxygen. Those people would look different from the other people who did have oxygen for millions of years, right?
I get what you're trying to say. If you had different oxygen conditions, obviously, yeah. Like if you cut off
So
oxygen
you believe in
from a certain
evolution?
group of people,
You believe that you understand that
Yeah,
we
I agree
have
with everything you just
we
said.
have every single fossil that tracks us all the way back to like the great apes, just about.
Right-handed golfer to get up into the back left part of one of those.
You got some background noise going on.
Same thing for Hoy.
All right, there we go. I don't know why that was playing. No, yeah, I agree with all that. None of that proves macroevolution, though.
It absolutely does, dude. You just believe that on a small scale it happens. On a small scale it happens, and it happens on a large scale too over time, right?
Do you know what macroevolution is?
Yes. And
Yeah,
this
so
is
like
this
intermediary species and stuff. Like I don't believe that like you can go like from an ape to like a flying monkey to like a squirrel.
All right, but those are wild, like outlandish things, right? We absolutely do have like whales came from a land species, right?
Yeah, I don't think you're an expert on this.
I'm not an expert on this, but the idea is undeniably true.
If you look at the like intermediary species, there's really not much like evidence that's convincing, honestly.
Are you serious? Dude, you need to go talk to Dr. Blitz. You need to go talk to
So you don't even know. You don't even know what I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm talking about, like the missing link and all that stuff? You familiar with all that?
No, I'm not familiar with the missing link.
All right, let's talk about something you like know about. Like you like Trump or you hate Trump?
Yeah.
All right, I like ICE and the ICE deportation raids. Like, what do you think about that? Like,
I think it's silly. I think it's I think you are I think less evolved than me in brain structure.
Than the Lucy character, yeah. Well,
in science, the idea of the missing link is considered outdated. Rather than a straight line from ape to human, evolution is a branching tree. Humans and modern apes share extinct common ancestors, lived roughly 6 to 10 million years ago, rather than descending directly from one another. So I don't even think there is a missing link, right?
No, I'm just talking about like the intermediary species that they tout as evidence. Like, yeah, sure, they don't call it the missing link anymore, but they're talking about certain intermediary species that the one of the famous ones is like this bird with like a hook on its leg. I forget what they called it, but yeah, obviously there is no like.
But we have everything going from this to that, right?
That would be microevolution, yeah.
But this is exactly what was in question when we were talking. Like, we came from apes, right?
Yeah, you could say that, like, that's well documented.
That is well documented, though, right? This is macroevolution.
Maybe. I don't really know.
What do you mean, maybe?
I disagree.
I
disagree with that, but the science.
Is it because you're Christian?
Well, actually, I disagreed with that before.
But you are Christian. So there's an indoctrination that keeps Christians from being able to understand the whole of science.
Did you not listen to what I just said?
No.
I said I believed it before I was a Christian.
You believed what?
The evolution. There was issues with the whole macroevolution theory.
Do you feel like you have a good understanding of it, or you just had doubts?
I read a lot about this in like 2020 and like 2019, and I thought there was some good papers that I read, like talking about like the mathematical probability and all this stuff, and just like sowing doubts in a lot of it. I'm not like an expert on it, but
I don't think there's anything there that scientists go, you know what? There's this like big open like area that we're filling with guesses. I think that it's mostly just like set in stone. It's like literally like 99.9999999% like we can't prove it because we don't have a time machine, but it's literally just fact that this is what happened.
You can't prove it, but it's fact. You see, that's where I have an issue with it. It's like, oh,
That's it.
It's a solid theory.
Yeah, because we don't have a time machine, but we can see the evidence. Like I can't prove.
You'd be able to like you can manipulate it with like radiation and like water and stuff, and they could still never like do it.
Bless your heart, dude. But you believe in God.
Oh yeah.
Wild.
Huh?
I think it's wild.
Well, yeah, you're an atheist, right?
Yeah. You're like,
I was an atheist too.
You're an atheist?
I was when I was in like 7th grade and shit, like 5th grade for sure. I would say that. I didn't really know anything. I was never really exposed to like any sort of theology. I didn't believe in God, like for sure. And I was like, totally thought it was wrong, like the Neil deGrasse Tyson shit. I was on all that stuff.
Yeah. How old are you?
You don't have a little younger than you. How old are you?
I'm 38.
Oh, way younger than you. Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm Gen Z.
21, 22?
Yeah, right around there.
Did you just slander Neil deGrasse Tyson? I guess.
Yeah, fake scientist.
He's not a fake scientist. He's just a science communicator. He's not a scientist.
Yeah, fake. Your brain hasn't formed yet. I wish I was under 18. Jeez. That'd be such a superpower to be 18 again. Or even 19. You're a fake person. Prove God. Oh, 1 second. What do you think about the Iran war? Are you gonna sign up and fight that?
No, I'm good. I think it's worthless, meaningless. Just Trump manipulating markets / not able to get along with anybody or keep Netanyahu in check.
Well, I think there's more than market manipulation, even though that is going on. But it's war first. What do you think about Graham Plattner? You still support him?
No.
No, you're off the Graham Plattner train.
Yeah.
What about?
In the Democrat Party, what we do is when somebody has like a sexual allegation, like sexual misconduct, we get rid of them. We don't like bring them all.
But those allegations were there before when everyone was supporting him. It wasn't until like the CNN article came out. What do you mean when?
What are you talking about?
When do you think those allegations? Do you think those allegations like happened and then immediately it went to the news and then he was kicked off? Like, do you think that's what happened?
Yes.
No, this was reported on like.
I have never heard any of it. No, not until I heard it. The second I heard it, no thanks. Don't feel like defending sexual predators. We're good. Can you tell me exactly when they came out?
The exact day? No, but it was weeks before the CNN article ran and all the big articles started blowing it up.
I'm gonna say no until you give me a date. I don't believe you.
And then what are you gonna say? Give me an hour. Give me the hour on the day. I don't know exactly what day on that computer, but like you can look weeks before.
No,
I don't even know
every single person
that
that came up here, every single person that I've talked to or I've seen talk to about Graham Plattner had absolutely nothing to say about sexual misconduct allegations. In fact, now all he has to do is say he found God and run as a Republican. He'll probably get put the presidency.
Wait, there were multiple allegations too. So both women accused him on the same day? That's what you think?
I'm gonna assume, yeah. Is it multiple?
Yes. That's crazy. So in the 24 hours.
Trump has multiple allegations too. Are you guys still behind him?
Well, no, I think the Graham Plattner allegations are bullshit. I think it's the biggest hit job since ever.
I don't. The text messages for me seal the deal.
Where the woman texted that he was a good boyfriend afterwards, yeah, it does kind of seal the deal for me. She offered him up to a friend. She was like, "Yeah, he's a good guy."
No, but in the act, the second that it happened, she goes, "Hey, this is he's a little handsy and doesn't take no for an answer." So no,
she didn't
I'm
say
good.
That. The first part was she said he's a little something, but he didn't say he didn't take no for an answer.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, she did.
No, it was one adjective. It said he's a little.
Dude, I'm telling you, maybe he should just run as a Republican. I'm sure you guys will back him all the way to presidency.
Maybe. I mean,
and like I said, Trump has 28 allegations. You guys still love him, right? 28 literally.
He's got more than that.
So you guys still so you're laughing at me for dumping Graham Plattner after one credible allegation, but 28 allegations isn't enough for you to disarm Pete Hegseth, Matt Gaetz, Trump.
I like Matt Gaetz a lot.
You like Matt Gaetz a lot?
Yeah, those allegations, we can get into those if you want. I think those are bullshit too. That was a setup job. That was actually an Israeli honeypot.
His best friend is in prison right now.
Yeah, look at the guy who... Nah, is he?
Yes, for 10 years.
For what?
For that exact thing, yes.
His best friend being the guy that tried to extort him? Is that who you're talking about?
No, I think that's the guy that Gaetz basically let him take the fall for him.
Okay, my understanding of this guy set this up and then said he was going to go to the disclose the information if Matt Gaetz' father didn't put up like $250,000 for this Israeli PAC or something, or this Israeli fund.
I don't know, but me personally, I would never ever get caught being lured in, no matter how good the honeypot is, by a 17-year-old and then offering them openly on Venmo with public transactions for drugs.
That's crazy. Well, so do you know what the operation was?
Tell me.
Would pay the girls over Venmo. So Matt Gaetz would hit up this guy for whatever, I guess to traffic the women to because he wanted to, get off. So he would text this person who would supply women. Typically, the advertisement was of age, they would be consenting adults.
17.
And then...
Yeah, that makes Matt a great guy.
Then they sent a 17-year-old and say, listen, you're going to pay $250,000 to this Israeli fund. And that's why he didn't get prosecuted. He didn't get prosecuted because this guy set him up. And he was an Israeli dude.
I'm sorry, but if your politicians are fucking people via Venmo with drugs, and they are especially if you look at somebody and you're like, that could be a 17-year-old. I'm sorry, you're still a bad person.
He should have been the Secretary of State, not Rubio.
You're fucking shitting me, right? He's a gross, disgusting politician.
Do you know we wouldn't be at war with Iran if he was the Secretary of State, right? You know that's a fact.
Yeah,
right?
He would do everything that Trump asked him to. Are you shitting me?
No, he's not.
He would do everything because Trump would be like, listen, if you don't, Netanyahu is about to fuck you over with some of these.
Do you think it's that bad where it's Netanyahu's going to pew you in the back of the head? I don't think that.
No, he's going to be saying, well, listen, we've got all these other honeypot deals if you think it's such a big deal.
Yeah, Netanyahu's guys would slander him in the media. They would go after him in the press, and they would maybe even assassinate him. But, that's the job. You're an American politician. If that's actually how bad it is,
I'm done. I'm good. If that's acceptable behavior from your politicians, you're a fucking disgusting human being. And by the way, they're Christian. They're Christian. Yeah, he was up for AG. That's true. It wasn't Secretary of State. Matt Gaetz. Pete Hegseth. they were technically underage. Like, oh, dude. What the fuck is wrong with you? Ken Paxton? Yeah, dude, they're everywhere. They're everywhere in the Republican Party. They don't give a fuck. And you see how he was dodging that? He was dodging it like Trump dodged the draft. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, King?
How's it going? Oh, it's going, man. Donald Trump, I'm a fan of his for a number of reasons, but
Is it the sex allegations, the grape allegations, or the fraud?
nope. Nope, that's the propaganda that I don't believe in.
Propaganda?
That's the propaganda I don't believe in, yeah. That's what happens to a lot of high, powerful people that other high, powerful people want to bring.
This guy called Shawnee the F slur. I dropped them. King is a problem. Dude, King, don't come back. If you use F slurs, get out of here. What do you think our dear leader's speech about tonight? I don't know. He's probably just going to announce a new vanity project. He's going to build a golden statue of his diaper above the White House, and it's going to be held up by electromagnets and catapults or something. Chinese interference in 2020. I heard there will be a attempt to rig this coming up election by saying that the Chinese government interfered in the 2020 election. There was like some sort of leaked information about that a week or two ago. I wouldn't doubt. He's gonna talk about election fraud. Aaron said about China interference in our elections. Yeah. He'll give no proof. It'll just revive the election lies, and it will manufacture consent for Trump to do even more control, federal control of our statewide elections. He was president in 2020. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what happens when you cut all of the funding and all of the programs that stop cybersecurity or cyber attacks. Can you go live so we can watch it together? Yes, I have a doctor's appointment in 2 hours. When is it? Zusammen. 9 p.m. Eastern, so 8 p.m. Trying to teach you how to silence it. I saw that. Dude, how does TikTok, like, I guess TikTok's making too much money on these GIFs. They know the problem and they're not going to undo it. Now's a good time to remind people about the fake elector plot. I'm stressed out today, y'all. No, they did not pass the SAVE Act. I heard somewhere it's got like an 8% chance to pass. It's not passing. What's going on, Dark Pickles again? I can't log into that account using my stream software. It's fucked up. It's nothing serious with my doctor's appointment.